People are always like, oh, back in my day, there was no autism. Babe, you collect stamps. Let's not fucking...
You collect stamps and you show everyone, whoever comes to visit, your stamp collection because you're very proud of it. And your wife says, oh well, you know, everyone does something. Like, he's always collected stamps, you know, and my friends told me or my parents told me that, well, rather he does that than like drink excessively. You know, listen, I'm not saying everyone who collects stamps or who collects things is necessarily autistic, because guess what? Neurotypicals have like strong interests too sometimes, but it's not giving very neurotypical vibes, you know? Hello, Baby Queers, and welcome back to my channel. We need to do neurodivergent TikToks again. We just do, you know? But you know the deal. Before we continue, y'all gotta get hydrated, so grab some water, or some tea, or whatever else you like to drink. And then we'll look at some more fun TikToks. Are you hydrated? Good, let's go.
A very autistic thing just happened to me, and I thought you might appreciate this. So my roommate is having a party downstairs. You know, I occasionally go down there and smile and be polite, but mostly my forced smile just looks like I'm constipated, and I end up running back upstairs and into my room within like 20 minutes. I've just learned it's easier to hide in my room when there's a party going on. The problem is, all that antisocial hiding makes a girl hungry. So I text my roommate I'm hungry, and he comes up into my room and gives me some food options. And you know who also came into my room? My dog, who is the biggest attention whore I've ever met, and we're gonna unpack that one in just a second. Here is where the story gets more autistic. He's going through food options, and I interrupt him and I say, I'm sorry, but can you smell the party goers on this dog? And he goes, you mean like when you pet another dog and your pet smells them on you? Yes, the answer to that question is yes. I could smell the scent of other people because my party animal of a dog was being loved on by all the guests. When people talk about sensory sensitivities, we think of aversion to bright lights or loud sounds, but nobody talks about smelling people on your dog after they touch him.
That is literally the first time I'm hearing of this. But honestly, it makes a lot of sense, because like a lot of autistic people are very sensitive to smells. And just because you can smell someone on your dog doesn't necessarily mean you can have like a big dramatic reaction like some dogs do if they smell another dog on you. Because I know some pets get very, very, very jealous of it. But still, I feel like a lot of autistic people who have dogs, especially dogs who love to be petted by other people or just like by literally anyone, I feel like a lot of autistic people have gone through this and not really questioned it before, because I'm like, you smell different. Because I know people do this too, like especially people who wear a lot of perfume. Like if you hug them, you can still like smell them on you all day, even though you literally just hug them for 2 seconds. So why would it be different on your dog, you know?
So if all cats are autistic, that explains why most people will hate cats, because most neurotypical people tend to hate autistics too. And why don't they like cats or autistics? Because it requires patience and accommodations, and not centering yourself, or just doing whatever you want to do. Cats and autistics require autonomy over their own sensory experience, and we will lash out if we get overstimulated. And there are many things that can overstimulate us, like excessive petting, excessive touching. We both give off signs ahead of time that we're annoyed, but neurotypicals don't seem to pick up on that. Cat nap time, I mean, I could use some nap time. My sleep is terrible. We're both up in like the middle of the night. We both have particular food requirements, like trying to find food that my cat will actually eat and not just walk away from was hard, but I'm the same way. I'm telling you, there's a lot more autistic traits than you would think of.
Honestly, this just makes a lot of sense as well. I mean, I find it very strange when people say they don't like cats at all or they hate cats. Like, sure, cats are very specific. They're not gonna listen to you like dogs do. And a lot of people do just want like a pet who will do what they say when they say it, you know? So yeah, honestly, I'm seeing a lot of similarities. I mean, I've never had a cat either, but I've had that finding food that cats will like is difficult, or trying to feed them like something different that they don't like trying to feed your cat's medicine if they have to take it. Super difficult for most people, or like for most cats, really. And honestly, I think that's just fair. And honestly, it always bothered me so much when people like had cats and they picked them up and you could tell that the cat did not like it and that it was just kind of struggling to get down. And I would always like kind of almost yell at them to put the cat down. But they didn't listen because they were like, oh no, but it's my cat. It's okay. They don't mind so much. And it's just like, bro, have you looked at this cat? That is not oh, I like this reaction. But no, people don't really care because they're like, well, it's my pet. I'm going to pick it up anyways. I either don't notice or I don't care. And I'm not sure which is worse.
I find it funny when people say everyone thinks they're autistic now because it denotes such a lack of understanding of the situation at hand. Especially on TikTok, because why would you be surprised that an app that is a dopamine slot machine hyper-focused to your special interest through the algorithm would have a larger than normal contingent of people with autism and ADHD? Not everybody in the real world thinks they have autism, but people on an app designed for people with autism and ADHD. You see what I'm saying? Of course, there are going to be more of us here, just like there were on Tumblr. Also, people who say that those of us without a formal diagnosis, though I do have one for ADHD, don't count, have clearly done absolutely no research into how difficult and expensive it is to get an autism diagnosis, especially as an adult, and how that diagnosis could negatively affect things like work prospects and visas. I just don't understand this smug response to people finally understanding themselves and learning how to function in the world in a way that is easier and more beneficial to them and the people around them. Learning about how my brain works has been the single greatest source of personal growth in the last decade for me, and just because you don't get it doesn't mean it's fake.
I generally don't get this. Like, will some people, like especially like teenagers, maybe sometimes pretend they're interested in something or pretend they are a certain way? Yes, but generally claiming you're autistic or claiming you have ADHD, same with the whole, oh, everyone's gay nowadays, claiming to be queer does not give you the benefits or good status that you think it does, because there are still a lot of people who just hate people who are different and think people who say they are autistic or have ADHD are just lazy or trying to be difficult or something. No one is out here saying they're neurodivergent to get attention. Like, sure, there are exceptions, just with everything, but like, again, why would you be surprised that especially on something as like fast-paced as TikTok, there are going to be a lot of people with like ADHD, for example. And also I might start to question it if your entire For You page is suddenly neurodivergent people. Like, that's usually not a very neurotypical sign, you know? Just saying. But yeah, just why do you care so much about other people's lives? God damn it.
Auditory processing disorders say what? What? Oh, what?
So simple, but just I was gonna do something at work today. Like, I was in the office. Like, some days I'm in the office, some days I'm in home office. I was gonna do something, and I started doing something where I have to like make a lot of calls to customers, because everyone was still kind of tired and not talking a lot. And then more and more people showed up, because like some people have late shift, and then other people just were suddenly more awake after a while and started talking more. And I was like, okay, we are switching. I'm not making phone calls in this environment right now if I don't absolutely have to. Just no.
Okay, we need to stop what we're doing and go find a bathroom because I have to pee so bad.
Whoa, what's the rush?
I'm going to pee my pants.
Okay, why didn't you tell me this 2 minutes ago?
Yeah, I didn't realize that I had to pee 2 minutes ago. I couldn't feel anything, and now that it's so strong, I feel it all right now, and I know that I have to pee right now.
What are you doing? What's wrong?
I don't know. I'm like overheating. It's so hot in here.
Morgan, it's not hot in here.
Then why am I burning up?
If you're burning up, that probably means you're sick.
Oh, maybe. I mean, my head does hurt.
Whoa, someone's acting a little hangry.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I am hungry. I haven't eaten anything all day.
What? Why not?
I don't know. I didn't feel hungry. But now that I realize that I'm hungry, I am so hungry. You're right. I need food, like right now. My stomach really hurts.
Why? What's wrong?
I don't know. I can't tell if I'm hungry or if I'm sick or if it's like period cramps. I'm gonna eat something and see if that helps. And if not, I don't know. Try.
The other day, I told someone that I don't know if I'm hungry or if it's just because my stomach is sore from working out. And she looked at me and she was like, but why can't you tell? Like, listen, usually I can tell pretty well. But if I'm like really exhausted, because lately I've just been tired and overwhelmed with everything, it becomes harder to tell. So often, like especially at work or something, I'm just like, you know what? I don't know. Like, I don't really need to pee. Maybe I need to pee. I don't know if I need to pee. I'm just gonna go pee. Because usually in that moment, I can just like kind of calm down a little bit because it's like a little bit quieter. So, listen, I don't know. Like, usually I can tell quite well, but I'm honestly not sure anymore. Like, maybe I usually like think I'm very like hypersensitive to like feeling thirsty or hungry, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong, because I think often I'm probably not, and then a lot of the time I probably don't even notice that I'm thirsty, because then I suddenly realize I haven't like had any water and it's like 4 in the afternoon. I'm just like, oh wait, that's why my head hurts. Oh well.
I see a lot of autistic people asking the like 15% of autistic people that have a job, how do you do that and still function? And the answer is they don't. Like, these people that are autistic and they're out working, they're basically a shell of themselves. They're using all of their energy to mask while they're at work, and then by the time they get home, they're so exhausted that they can't do anything else. I see a lot of people my age going to 8 to 12 hour shifts at factories and then going out and drinking and partying all night, and that is not my experience. When I was working, I would come home and I would flop in bed and just stare at my phone and dissociate for hours until it was time to clock in again. It was such a lowly existence. I hated it. I couldn't imagine graduating college, which just felt like being a high school student but on your own, and having to work every single day like that. I just couldn't fathom it. I couldn't picture me being able to survive that and still be a person. Those 15% that are working full-time jobs, when they come home, they'd probably just lay there. Forget household chores, forget making an actual meal for yourself. You're probably ordering DoorDash again. Forget working out or driving to the gym. You don't have the energy to do that. So-and-so messages you to hang out again. Well, you're either going to ignore them or tell them rain check for the millionth time. If they're even still asking you at this point, because you always say no. So eventually, these people just quit asking. You give everything you have to that job, and then you have nothing else. And that job doesn't even care about you. And you don't even like that job. I mean, fuck that job. But you have to work that job. Like, you don't have a choice. It's either roof over your head or nothing at all. Because it's pretty impossible to get disability in America just for autism. And everyone knows that. So if you don't have any parents or family that can support you, you have to work. And it fucking sucks. Don't wish you were part of the 15%. Just don't.
Yeah, I never get people who actually do things after work. Like, to this day, I honestly cannot tell you how I'm managing to work a full-time job and still do videos. I mean, lately, again, it's been hard, which is why I'm probably not posting every 3 days anymore. It's probably gone down to 4. And it's probably gonna stay at 4. Because, just no. I mean, at my old job, I actually reduced hours. I didn't work 40 hours a week anymore. I just worked 30. Honestly, even those 10 hours a week less were so life-changing. It was literally amazing. So honestly, I don't even know how I've been doing this channel for so long. But kind of this. It's exhausting. Literally, like the first month that I did this channel, I was like in between jobs. Kind of amazing. Also, kind of hard to function without structure at all, really, for me. But still, I would, I don't know. Like, listen, if you actually find something that works for you full time, I'm impressed and a little jealous.
You know what grinds my gears as a neurodivergent person? When I hear someone say, you need to let people help. Why don't you ask for help? You have so much on your plate. You need to ask for help. No, I don't. No, I don't. You know why? Because 98% of the time when I say, hey, can I get some help with? What I get are a list of solutions. I know the solution. I'm asking you to help. I've solved the problem. I know I'm asking you to be the solution. I don't need you to give me more. That's not helpful. Or I ask for help and someone goes, yeah, for sure. And then either they don't do it or it now becomes another task I have to manage. I now need to see if you understood what I communicated, if you're going to do it in the time frame that I need you to, and then I'm going to be anxious about it the entire time because 99% of the time someone does say that they're going to do it, they don't actually do it with an incredible amount of oversight. I can probably count on two hands in my 33 years of life how many times I've asked someone to help me with something and then they've actually just done the thing. So don't say you should let people help. I would love to let people help. I just need people to actually be fucking good at helping. That's
I feel the frustration, though. Like, I understand that you think you're actually, like, being helpful or something when you say, oh, you need to let people help. But that's, for a lot of neurodivergent people, that's just not how things work. Because, I mean, honestly, like, even neurotypicals, like, already have, like, a lot of stuff on that plate, and they might not really have the time. But if you offer to help someone, actually be prepared to help. But I also get them being anxious about it the entire time and not getting anything else done that she wanted to get done in the time. And then often it's just easier for us to do everything ourselves because other people don't do it the way you need them to do it, if they do it at all. I feel the frustration.
Hey there, friend. Do you have to deal with boring bullshit? Well, if so, you're invited to Boring Bullshit Tuesday, the day of the week where we complete our most boring and bureaucratic nonsense in a single day. Applying a sense of novelty to your boring bullshit is highly encouraged. For example, you can do it in the tub, listen to a designated boring bullshit playlist, or wear your spiciest outfit. This can help with boring bullshit like doing your taxes, calling your health insurance, or writing scripts for your videos. Don't forget to reward yourself with a well-deserved dopamine boost after each hard thing. With Boring Bullshit Tuesday, you can make it a game to help your brain. Follow for more ways to make productivity fun.
I hate Tuesdays as is, so kind of making it Boring Bullshit Tuesday is kind of fun, but generally kind of making games out of boring bullshit you need to do is literally such a good idea. But yeah, making it as like easy for you as possible definitely helps. Doing something like new or unexpected helps keep your brain engaged, so also pretty helpful. This is fun. Honestly, very much for Boring Bullshit Tuesday, because then you have it done. And you don't need to worry about it for the rest of the week, because if you have boring bullshit to do, just write it on your to-do list for next Tuesday. And then you don't have to worry about it until Tuesday. You know?
Neurodivergent diagnoses really need to stop relying so heavily on the parent's judgment. Like, of course my mum thought I was normal. She has raging undiagnosed ADHD too.
Yeah, considering that ADHD and autism are both kind of very heavily run in families, it's quite likely that the parents don't notice it as much, because they're like, well, no, I did that as a child too. Like, that's just normal. I mean, actually, if you're an adult, you should have realized that most people do not, in fact, do certain things, or don't do certain things to the extent that you do them, and don't literally have a meltdown if they don't get to do things the one way you need to do them. So yeah, literally, maybe just don't. I had the same issue with my ADHD diagnosis because it kind of asked like for, even though I'm an adult, for like a parent or something to confirm what I was like as a child. I actually had my oldest sister do it because my dad is just no. And she was like, well, but like, doesn't every kid like have trouble doing their homework, or just like rather not do it? Because from the outside, it can very easily look like, okay, this, of course the child doesn't want to do homework. Of course they would like rather run around and play or something. So it's always kind of difficult to tell from the outside. In general, even if you, okay, she definitely has undiagnosed ADHD, hoping she never finds this channel. But yeah.
Things that frustrate me as an autistic person. 1. Why does the microwave have to beep 5 times to let me know the food is done, and then continue to beep if I don't open the door? It's too loud, it's unnecessary. 2. Why, when I put ice in my cup, is it so loud when it drops the ice? It's so loud. 3. How come commercial volume is different than the show volume? The number on the volume bar hasn't changed, but all of a sudden my ears are bleeding. 4. Why do the dishes clank and cling and da-da-da-da-da when I try to do them? I'm trying to clean, and they have the disrespect to dysregulate me.
Okay, but why do you gotta say 3 things that are just this true? This true. I mean, not even necessarily the reason I hate watching TV, because I hate watching things in German. So streaming platforms where I can just like watch everything in English, because I find German disgusting to listen to, because I either read the subtitles or I look at people's mouths when they talk, because that way I don't have to look in people's eyes when I talk to them in person. So I kind of do that when watching like a show or something too. But then the mouth doesn't move in the way they're talking. Like it's different, and then I can't do it. I hate watching things in German if they're not originally in German. Like if it's originally in German, it's kind of fine, even though German humor is weird, and then it's usually just kind of weird to watch as well. But watching things that are like originally in another language, it's just no. You gotta watch it in the language it's in. You know? Anyways, why can't you turn off microwave beeping? I mean, maybe you can for some microwaves, but mine, I can't turn the volume off. I hate it. Why does it do it? Dishes clinking, literally. I hate it when other people, like, you're at your parents' house and your dad's putting away the dishes, and my dad has this tendency to do things super loud so everyone knows he's doing it. Like, when he's vacuuming, you will hear it in the entire house. Same when he does the dishes, it's so loud. Like, he's not even, like, because when I do it, I try to be, like, at least somewhat gentle so it's not as loud, but he's just doing it. He's just, like, basically throwing them around. Just no. Just no.
Listen, if you are neurodivergent, you are not into dominant women. Now, you may think I'm talking crazy, because I am a little, but you're not attracted to them because they're sexy and hot. Sexy and they take charge. But that's not why! If you're neurodivergent, you like dominant women because they know what they want. And they'll tell you. Everyone else, you can't read them. I can't read them. What's going on? But you know what she'll do? She'll tell me exactly what she wants, and I'm like, yes, ma'am! Any other orders, ma'am? I'm her little rotten soldier. I'm ready to dive, ma'am. It's so refreshing when someone just, says what they want rather than not. Social cues are hard, guys, okay? Like, don't beat around the bush, just beat my head with it and tell me what you want. Knowledge is power, and I am very weak. But yeah, you're not attracted to them because they're strong, powerful, and sexy. It's because they're honest. Who am I kidding? Of course they're sexy. Of course they are!
I have a feeling it's both. Like, of course you like them because they're powerful, and it's just, confidence is usually, like, attractive in people, right? Especially if it's just, like, confidence, not cockiness, which is why it kind of very quickly falls apart with men, because you look at them and it's all just, like, cockiness and arrogance, and then it very quickly is not, like, confident anymore, and it's just unattractive again. But with women, if it's just, like, confidence, of course it's already sexy, but I feel like if you're bad at social cues, it also just makes a lot of sense if you're attracted to them, because they will tell you if they're into you. They will initiate it, so you don't have to, because you're not sure. You don't know how you're gonna bring it up. You don't know, like, you know, but then they'll initiate, and you can just like, yeah, no, actually say, but doesn't know how to say anything. Listen, it's okay that it's both.
3-word autistic horror stories. Discontinued menu item. Outside yard work. The grocery store. Socks in bed. Unexpected food texture. No closed captions. The bathroom fan. Overheated in jacket.
Thanks, I hate these. You're so right, and I hate these. I hate all of them. I forgot like half of them again, but how can you say something so horrible in just 3 words? Like, how can you just... I can't help but picture that feeling, right? Or like, picture that thing happening, like unexpected food. I can't help but picture it. And now you've put that image in my head. Like, usually I kind of have a hard time remembering what certain things feel like emotionally, but with like textures, I can usually remember quite well. Thanks, I hate it.
I'm sorry, what? I used to get in so much trouble for rolling my eyes, and I never understood what that means, because when I roll my eyes, you know that I roll my eyes because I'm rolling my eyes like this. So why is it called roll? What? How do... That's not rolling your eyes. That's looking at the ceiling. Is this a thing? Can you tell me? How do you roll your eyes? I'm gonna need a minute.
I've been thinking about this TikTok a lot since I've saved this TikTok. Because now whenever I roll my eyes at work, I'm just like, wait, did I just roll my eyes like this? Or did I roll them? I can't tell you how I normally roll my eyes if I roll my eyes. Because then when I'm just like, wait, what did I just do? I can never do it again. Like, it always just feels off. Like, I don't know how I roll my eyes if I just like actually roll my eyes. But I can understand, like, if neurotypical people try to make a show of it, they will literally just go and just kind of roll their head with it as well, if they're like, trying to make a show of rolling the eyes. I think if they just literally roll the eyes because they're annoyed, they're literally just gonna go up. But I feel like maybe it's a thing. I'm honestly not sure.
Sorry to have been the little gremlin to come and tell you that what you've been having is actually not panic attacks. It is, in fact, a meltdown. For your information, if you're curious, panic attacks usually last anywhere from like 5 to 30 minutes. If you're consistently having panic attacks that are lasting 30 minutes plus hours, days, if that's constantly happening,
and with autism,
I have news for you. You're probably not gonna like me very much when I first tell you, you know, but like over time you'll actually be like, oh God, thank God somebody told me, because otherwise I just thought I was broken permanently. But you're not. You're just a little autistic is all. You're welcome here. But yeah, it's not a panic attack. Sorry.
Yeah, listen, I think if you have a panic attack, going outside and running somewhere because you feel like you just have like so much energy, you feel like you're literally just gonna burst because it's so tight in your chest and you feel like you can't breathe. But running actually helps. Like if you're having a panic attack, you're not gonna want to like go somewhere and run. You might still get mad at things being loud if you have a panic attack, but I feel like we both know it's not a panic attack. And especially if it's kind of like an almost constant state. It's not a panic attack. Listen, I know some of you might not like it at first. She has a point. Like some people, when you first tell them, they're not gonna like it. Because, yeah, like growing up anyway, you probably also have like a lot of misconceptions about autistic people, which is very evident if you hear people talk about people they know are autistic or people they think are autistic. It becomes very clearly quite quickly. Same with ADHD. That like so many people just have like stereotypes in their head. So even if you don't really fully believe it, you also have those stereotypes in your head when someone tells you like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you're autistic, dude. Like that's a meltdown. That's not a panic attack. So you might not like it at first, but listen, denying it won't make your life any easier. Let's just say that. Let's just say that it's not going to make your life easier to deny it. Like, you might want to explore it. Whether or not you choose to like actually tell people about it, or if you just like want to know for yourself to kind of be able to make like little shifts to make your life easier, is entirely up to you, obviously. But still, you might want to think about it a little bit, you know, and maybe do some research. And if I say some research and you're actually autistic, it's probably gonna escalate into quite a lot of research. You're welcome, though, I guess. Anyways, that was all the TikToks for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I hope you don't feel called out too much, because I feel called out in my videos a lot. I feel like I don't necessarily mind as much anymore, especially in these kind of videos. In other videos, I kind of mind, but in neurodivergent videos, I don't really mind. Like, I've just come to expect it, you know? But either way, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're hydrated. I hope you get to eat your safe food today. And I'll be back in a couple days with my next video.